The 20th anniversary of Call of Duty is released globally November 10th. I got a special guest to talk about it. Y'all might know who this is.
You must know that first. Can't nothing and nobody fade what we trying to do and what we about to do. Second thing is, we got this game on our level. You understand what I'm saying?
Welcome to another episode of In Space. I'm your host, Chris Connor. Shout out to all the good people that support us here. DraftKings Sportsbook, Birdsall Law Firm, and Jägermeister. And today, Call of Duty. You guys know who this is. Friend of the show. We've done a few different Twitter Spaces series connected with the community. Larry's pretty much everywhere when it comes to connecting with the people. So shout out to Larry. He's currently in Minnesota with a bunch of wonderful and glorious things to say. Larry Nance, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I appreciate the introduction.
Oh man, all love. So, man, we're here talking Call of Duty. Kind of surprised me when I was talking to Carlos and Jonathan offline about how big of a fan and how interactive you've been with things. I will start off with for those that have pre-ordered. You already have access, or you may have played the beta, you may have played the campaign. I will start with that. Larry, how have you already jumped into those aspects, or are you waiting for the game to officially drop?
So because we travel all day, it's funny, if I could I'll turn my camera on. I got it downloading as we speak. But this summer I did Call of Duty and Activation in Vegas for Summer League. Where we got to see sneak peeks of the campaign and some of the multiplayer action and it was actually pretty cool. We had a bunch of pals there. Dyson, Hawk, Jose, Najee, a bunch of guys pulled up and I decided I left them alone. I decided to take my little brother. So got to see it then, but I'm sitting here and I know like 3-4 guys are sitting here downloaded on the hotel Wi-Fi right now.
All right. So you took Pete, huh?
Yeah, I took Pete.
Shout out to Pete, man.
Shout out
Pete. So yeah, man. And for those that are wondering or asking about basketball talk, we'll have a little Pelicans talk towards the end. Larry was nice enough to wear a little throwback Pelicans gear. A nice hat, man.
Appreciate you. I went and got this one myself.
Yeah, it's kind of clean. All right, so let's get into how long you've been playing the game, right? I said 20 years. Everybody jumped in at a different period. We'll start with, when did you first get introduced to Call of Duty? When did you get locked in? And what does it mean for you, or what does it do for you, throughout the season, often being on the road, having your downtime and being able to connect with, the world?
So for me, I got locked in with Call of Duty around, I want to say, oh man, it had to be freshman, sophomore year of high school. I can't even think of what game that was. It might have been more Modern Warfare 2. That's definitely the game I logged most hours on. But, for me, Call of Duty is like video gaming as a whole, but Call of Duty really is an escape, right? Like we do a whole lot of traveling in season and a whole lot of hotel room to hotel room and just trying to find a semblance of comfort and home within a space that isn't yours, right? So, for me, and I know for a lot of my teammates, exactly, which is why they're doing it now, is that you're able to connect with people that we don't get to see in person. So I get to play video games with Pete while he's playing with the Cleveland Charge. So like I wouldn't get to see him except every night when we don't have a game. You know what I mean? So it's a major source of not just social life, but comfort really throughout the season.
Okay. Do you have a favorite release that came out? I mean, over the past 20 years, what's your favorite one if you had to pick? And you can't say Modern Warfare 2.
No, controversial opinion here. In college, Ghosts came out. Call of Duty Ghosts, and it's controversial because of the marksman rifle, but that's what I was. I like my little one-shot semi-auto. So Call of Duty Ghosts was probably my favorite release. Me and my roommate stayed up till midnight for the release of that. That's probably my fondest memories of a release in college. It was Ghosts.
I mean, I was about to ask you your favorite weapon of choice. I mean, your go-to. Everybody a little different. Some like semi, some like fully auto, some walk around in a grass suit and they snipe from buildings and you don't know unless you don't know where it's coming until they catch you on camera.
So for me, I'm in a ghillie. I'm in a ghillie suit. If I get to choose, I'm in a ghillie suit the whole time. But I mean, my favorite weapon ever was the M21 EBR from Modern Warfare 2. But all in all, if I get to just if I'm gonna just jump in a game and grab a weapon, UMP.
Okay, all right.
Gotta be a little submachine gun for sure.
What's your favorite mode?
Excluding Warzone?
Yeah, well, yeah, you kind of have to at this point. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Outside of Warzone, probably. I mean, just the regular team deathmatch. I was never really into capture the flag or
Search and destroy.
Yeah, search and destroy is a good one.
Search and destroy kind of crazy, Larry. Come on now.
Yeah, search. You know what? I'll take that back. Search and destroy is my favorite. I like the reality of it.
You get a care package. What are you hoping is inside of it?
This is like old school mystery care package. Anything could be.
Yep.
Chopper gunner.
Okay, yeah.
Come on. Is that you want me to say UAV? No, it's chopper gunner.
That's dope, man. So I'm a little bit of a sicko. My favorite map recently is Shipment, and Shipment was when you just got dropped and it was like a closet basically. So you got dropped and you just kept running around in circles, just running into people over and over and over again. The map was super small, but you had a rough day. I mean, look, it was quick and easy. Either you were going out within a second of landing, of dropping down and spawning, or someone else was. What's your favorite map?
So honestly, the Shipment before Shipment was my favorite. Rust.
Okay.
Rust. Just a little small map where, again, if you it's not gonna last long either way. Either way, either you're gonna get to it or you're gonna get got. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no hiding in Rust. So that is probably my favorite.
All right, so now let's get into some of your teammates. I know that you mentioned Hawk, which we're gonna tie the sniper Hawk thing together at some point. It's like easy, right? We got Hawk. I know you mentioned Dyson Daniels. You mentioned I think EJ Liddell was mentioned. Out of the group, man, who's the best that you know of or that you played in on this current team? We could we'll talk former teammates at some point, but current team, who's nice?
Herbo is, I mean, Herbo's like that. Herbo's really like that, and EJ's right next to him. So them two are probably top two. Even including myself, I can't even pretend and say that I'm on the list. Like I'm not great, but I have a good time.
Who's terrible? Who's like god awful?
Oh, I mean, again, if we're being realistic, myself, like I'm not great, but I have a good time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and that's you know what, I share that with you, Larry. It's my kill to death ratio is pretty bad. I run into the same mistakes. I die in every way you possibly can. Whether that be knives, whether it be throwing knives, when that was a thing where people just run around and randomly just pretty much just shine on you by just killing you with throwing knives. It's pretty embarrassing. But it's folks that actually get down like that, man.
I think it's a generation thing. Thing. These kids, man, they're good. They're good. I want no smoke.
So are you PlayStation or are you Xbox? Or are you PC?
PlayStation. Pretty much the whole team is PlayStation.
Okay. Do you run into situations where other players, other people on your team recognize who you are, and you guys have conversations that they talk shit to you, or it's kind of like low key?
Pretty low key. I mean, you would never know my gamer tag or my PSN name. Like, you would never know it. So it's not something where it's like Larry Nance 22 just killed you. Nah, it's a bit more inconspicuous than that, but never really.
Okay. Who outside of your current team? I was talking to Jonathan and Carlos before, and they were telling me about. I know you and Josh Hart are close. You and Josh play. How's that? I mean, how's that? Is Josh good? Is he kind of on the same level? Do you guys compete in that level, or is he like, where's the bar?
Me and Josh kind of go in the same category. Like we're like, we carry the grenades, we carry the med kits, we carry all that. We're like, because eventually when we get down, like, our teammates need the supplies from us. So we just, whatever they need to get the job done, we carry it and just kind of, apply support.
So you're the glue guys. I mean, of the team, to say, so to speak. You guys know your roles. You know what I mean? You're not gonna score a bunch of points, not gonna win the game necessarily, but you do what the team needs, right?
Look, we are there to support the star players. That's exactly what we're to do. The guys that get the kills, we're there to, we'll take the bullets while you're shooting at them.
Once again, guys, November 10th, global release. Shout out to those that already pre-order, that's playing, that played the beta, or that's messing around with the campaign mode. Let's tie this into the Pelicans now. Okay, you guys are currently 4-3. You're currently in Minnesota. Game tomorrow against Minnesota. How do you feel about the first 7 games of the season? How are you feeling? I mean, how's Larry feeling? It seemed like first couple games, you were, battling with a little bit of rust, trying to find your rhythm, and then game 3, actually not game 3. I think the OKC game was the first game I was like, Larry looked like he back a little bit. How you feeling, brother?
I feel all right. We're obviously, like everybody else, had training camp, preseason games to build into shape and shake off some of the rust. And I'm shaking off I'm currently in the middle of that. So what everybody else didn't get to see, guys making mistakes in training camp and behind closed doors, I'm making them in the public eye. So that's all right. We're a team that's playing for something bigger than just a few games in early November. So 4-3 start. If you would have told me, we start our first 7 games, we have a winning record, I'd be pretty pleased with it. Knowing that there's no Trey, no Jose, no Najee, CJ's been out, BI's been out. We're the Pels. But all in all, we're just taking it every game by game. Obviously, we know we're not perfect. We know there's holes and we know there's room to improve, but isn't that what every team's going through right now?
So we talking about Call of Duty, and we talking about weapons. We got to talk about Jordan Hawkins. Man, so Babyface weighs 180 pounds, maybe. Doesn't matter. You can't tell him the next jumper that he shoots isn't going in. Really good confidence for someone who is still adjusting to NBA life. 31 last night, 30. I think 31 career high after just having a previous career high, playing with really good confidence, man, and competes on the floor. Can you tell us what's it like to watch somebody that young, that early contribute, even if it wasn't the plan? But once again, as you said, Pelicans, be ready and come out and fire it and contribute in more ways than just what people thought he was going to be doing as a shooting specialist. No, he's showing he's a lot more than just a shooter.
No, absolutely. Hawk is one of the most confident basketball players I've been around ever. I mean, to be able, again, he's super young, obviously coming off a national championship run and all that, but to come in and just establish yourself as like, hey, this is what I do, and this is what I'm going to continue to do, whether it's falling or not falling. Like, this is what I'm going to bring to the team every single day. he's I guess a confident kid, and we wouldn't we wouldn't have won 4 games without him. That's for sure.
Man, great, Larry. Great talking to you as always. We'll close with this, man. What are you looking forward to the most with this upcoming Call of Duty release? What are you most excited about in regards to the game? I'm sure you've done, you've had a chance to really, to look at the different features, the changes, and so on and so forth. What are you most excited about before the release happens, or as it happens here, as you're done downloading everything, the pre-order here, but the global release November 10th?
For me, again, generationally, I'm a campaign person. So I love the campaigns, and again, this summer, we got to see a little bit of preview of it, and I'm really excited. And I don't know if they've already hinted at it or gave it away, but there's a return of an old nemesis that I'm really excited to take down. So I'll leave it at that. But the campaign is what I'm really excited for.
Yeah, man. I think that people sleep on the campaigns now. It is a generational thing, I think, because you have periods where maybe people didn't play online as much. You got people in the crib, or you play by yourself. Just got something to to conquer on your own. Especially if you're like you or me, where you're average to below average player, you got to win somehow.
That's what I'm saying. I got to level up my guns somehow. I'm not going to get these weapon attachments killing other people, so I got to do it to the computer.
All right, well, Larry, this was great, man. I appreciate it as always. Thanks for everybody, man, that tuned in. Please tap in. If you haven't already, if you didn't get the pre-order, please go get it. Whether you PlayStation, whether you're Xbox, or whether you play on PC. If you play on PC, shout out to you, man. PC people destroy me every time, man. Shout out to y'all, for better, for worse. November 10th, lock in, find Larry. Be nice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Those lobbies used to be a little crazy back in the day. I'm sure they haven't gotten much better.
Yeah, just look. You'll never know my gamer tag. I'll be the one at the bottom of the leaderboard. Just leave me alone.
For myself, for Larry, for Call of Duty, holla at y'all. We out.